4.0, and industrial management issues. Ladies and gentlemen, please applause to Dr. Tanawan PYW. Please kindly to stand up and greet the audience. Thank you. And our second judge is Mr. Abdul Hakim Sahidi. He is currently the managing director of Lives Anas Malaysia, Japanese-based venture that pursuing the vision of advancing science, technology for global happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, please applause for Mr. Abdul Hakim Sahidi. And next, our judges is Mr. Arijit Dutt. Mr. Arijit Dutt is representative General Manager in Industry Development Bank of India. He is posted in SIDBI's Venture Finance and Investment Vertical, which manages the Venture Capital Fund or fund operation of SIDBI, as well as other initiatives such as the Venture Debt for Startup and Innovation-Driven MSMEs. Please give applause to Mr. Arijit Dutt. And next, our judge, Mr. Ashish Kapahi. He is a tech business leader with over 25 years in industry experience. He is currently based in Singapore and CEO of Gates, Asia's largest independent ICT channel ecosystem that brings together key Kapahi. Our next judges, last but not least, Professor Nurul Taufikur Rahman. He is currently a research professor in Research Center for Advanced Material, National Research and Innovation Agency. He was also founder of the Nanotech Indonesian Group, creating jobs more than 500 people, and a business mentor among young scientists. Recently, his startup, PT Nanotech Indonesia Global Tbk, is successfully listed on Indonesia Stock Exchange after initial public offering. Ladies and gentlemen, please applause to Professor Nurul Taufikur Rahman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and all candidates, let's start our pitch sessions. And before that, I would like to invite our judge leader to explain the rules of startup pitch battle and give short remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Tanawan PYW.
Hello. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the ASEAN Secretariat and my fellow
Please
judges.
come to the stage, Mr. Dr. Tanawan. Please give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the ASEAN Secretariat and my fellow judges, we would like to extend our appreciation to the organizers, BRIN Indonesia, and DST India, for organizing this event and important festival. We are honored to judge 12 very inspiring startups in this competition. This event is a success and has attracted more than 60 very competitive and exciting startups and a large influence and stakeholders to provide a platform for sharing of ideas and further cooperation. We hope that this event will establish a more competitive ecosystem for startups in India as well as in the ASEAN region. And we look forward for many more successful events in the future. We are pleased to announce the selection of 12 contestants today. Each contestant will be given 5 minutes to pitch their initial startup, and another further 5 minutes for questions from the judges. 10 seconds before the end of their pitching, There will be a ticking sound followed by a gong, which indicates the end of their pitching session. The timekeeper will indicate this. The judges and I will evaluate the contestants based on 5 criteria. 1 will be problem definition, 2 will be impact solution, 3, technology innovation, 4, business model, and 5, presentation style. Without further ado, shall we commence this competition? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chanawan, in explaining the rules and delivered your remarks. So, ladies and gentlemen, and to all candidates, I will invite the candidates one by one. Then, to all candidates, we'll have 5-minute presentations. And after that, the judge will have 5 minutes to ask the candidates. And there will be the time counter on the screen, and if they're nearly over, that will be end, we will have a sound. So make sure you use your time very wisely to all candidates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, shortly we'll start to see startup pitch battle from candidate number 1. Please welcome Elsa Corp. I, Natasha. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Time is yours. Good luck.
There are 1.5 billion people worldwide who actually speak English as their second language. And we do all agree that every one of us here is not an exception. But do you know that 70% of Asian people actually lack of confidence while speaking English or train their English in everyday lives because they don't have a partner to talk to or to practice? And most of these numbers comes up for the people who are afraid of being bullied. And unfortunately, not every one of us here have the opportunity to attend an English course, which can cost us a high expense. Do we all agree here? Right. And that is why Elsa came up with the artificial intelligence technology as an English speaking coach. I repeat, as an English speaking coach. But not the Elsa in the Frozen, like, Elsa, do you want to build a snowman? But our Elsa will be your speaking partner. Elsa can pinpoint exactly your mistake in every single sound you make. Like, for example, because we are using the artificial intelligence, which actually having an automatic speech recognition and deep learning. For example, this one word, dancing, the A sound. We are actually focusing on every single sounds which we call as the phoneme levels, like I love dancing in the rain, but not dancing. And we also provide a real-time feedback and phonetic hints. Next, this is our solutions. You are having your handphone with you, right? Now, everyone is using their handphones. That is our Elsa applications solving these problems. You can learn from anywhere without being afraid and also feeling like there is an harassment or even the embarrassment when you are speaking with English that having an errors in it. And those applications, you can download it directly in your phone. While we also provide the speech analyzer that you can access in the website, whereby this speech analyzer is using when you already did your practices in the handphone or applications. This web speech analyzer help you to practice your presentation skills, or even if you have an interview, So Elsa will be the one who are going to interview you, and it will provide a precise and comprehensive feedback on your interview practice. And for the B2B customers or companies, we also provide this dashboard. This dashboard is a real-time monitoring progress where it can help the schools or even the corporate to actually monitor all the progress by the learners. And next, we also focusing not only on the pronunciations, but also on the posing skills, where when you do a presentations, you need to know where is the full stop and where is the posing. We also cover 200 topics with 5,000 lessons, and we just need your 10 minutes every day to practice. And you can practice it anywhere, like you are in the toilet or you are waiting for someone else to pick you up. So you don't have to attend an offline class. Next, this is the business strategy of ELSA. Over 1.7 million users in 101 countries, with the monthly active users of 2.5 million globally. And we have a D30 retentions of 30% and a 20% of monthly organic user base growth. And as I mentioned, we only need you 10 minutes to practice every day. And after 3 months, you will see the most significant impact is that the confidence. Again, the pain point in the beginning that Asian people actually lack of confidence while speaking in English. And next is the 90% of improved pronunciations because we are focusing on the pronunciation skills in communicating with English. And 68% speaks more clearly. And this is a result-proven and cost-effective English training program from ELSA. And this is the business model. We focus on K-12 and EdTech. Thank you.
Please give applause for Elsa Corp and Natasha. All right, your time is over. Now it's time to the judges to ask to the Elsa Corp. Please, 5 minutes from now.
Thank you very much, Elsa, for that interesting presentation. Do my fellow judges have any further questions?
All right. Can I ask a question? Okay, thank you very much for the very passionate presentation. May I know who is your competitor and what is your competitive advantage over them?
Okay, thank you so much for the questions. So basically, our competitor is actually, if you all are using the iPhone, it is like a Siri or even a Google Translate. That is actually our competitor, but they are in different industry. Currently, we are ranked the top 5 artificial intelligence focusing on the educational technology because our main market, as mentioned in the business model, is the K-12 market and also educational technology. We offer an open API for the learning management system in the schools or respectively corporate users. Thank you.
We still have time.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to ask you, did you already protect your application with intellectual property right? Already protected with intellectual property? Did you already file?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for the questions. We already make sure that all the program, like having the curriculum from each industry is different, right? From the public school or the private school, they have their own curriculum. And that's all can be inserted in our dashboard, which can be assigned to all the learners of that company or even the schools. And we protected it because we have like a default admin users where only specific person who actually can access that data. And then we also have like only an access for the teachers to access each class that has been assigned.
I mean about the intellectual property right. Do you
Yes.
know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
already filed the copyright
Yeah,
for
we-
your application?
Yes, of course.
Okay, congrats.
Thank you so much.
Still, we have time.
All right. May I ask about traction and your customer base? So,
That's the questions?
yeah. So, may I ask, how do you feel the market is responding to your product, and how will it how is your expansion like?
Okay, thank you so much. So in the Southeast Asia, our main market is that we have from Indonesia itself and also India, and the biggest now is also leading the Japan, which all the market is based on the public and private schools. But also in Indonesia, we also working with the National Bank, where we train all the staff and employees to improve their English proficiency, to actually building the confidence for all the staff, because using technology, we don't require them to attend an offline course, which also can cause a high expense for the company. So ELSA is being used for all the users Southeast Asia, but not only in Southeast Asia, we also have in Brazil too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, time is over for the question from the judges. Please give applause from representative from Vietnam, Elsa Corp, Ayin Natasha. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the next, we would like to hear from representative from Singapore, Greenery Tanvi. Please give applause for Greenery. All right, are you ready? Do the best, time is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tanvi, the founder of Greenery, and we build air purifying plant towers. So would you let your fish live in a dirty tank? Probably not. However, many of us don't realize that we are living in dirty tanks of dirty air ourselves. The air indoors is actually 2 to 5 times dirtier than the air outside, and indoor air quality is an unseen health hazard. The main urban pollutants are dust particles, which are PM, toxic gases, which are volatile organic compounds, and carbon dioxide. And these are produced by everyday objects. This leads to a range of cardiovascular problems, respiratory problems, is a leading cause of death for children under 5 in Asia, and also is called the greatest health risk according to the WHO. So NASA was the one who first investigated the use of plants for the International Space Station in 1989. However, a ridiculous 268 potted plants would be needed for a 30-meter square room to actually maintain air quality standards. That is probably more than all the plants over here. Introducing Greenery. So we use technology to supercharge nature and supercharge plants to purify the air at least 10 times faster than normal potted plants. A lot of offices already have plants. They make us feel better. They boost our mood. In fact, don't you guys feel nice with all the greenery in Bogor? So we put the right plants in the right conditions of water flow, airflow, lighting, and substrate composition, such that it purifies the air faster. Normal diffusion of pollutants is slow. Our secret sauce is a fan. It's a fan which increases the rate of diffusion of pollutants to the microbes, which actually use these pollutants as food. As the amount of pollutants increases, the microbes multiply, which makes this the world's only self-improving air purifier. Our proprietary dynamic data system, which includes our app and IAQ dashboard, will monitor and maintain the system. This system is fully modular and stackable so that it can be used for a range of room sizes and can also be used for hydroponic purposes or soil composting purposes. Our differentiation compared to single potted plants, conventional air purifiers, and active green walls is that we are high-tech, beautiful, and modular. So you can see here our 3 years of product iteration to ensure that the product is effective and usable. And we have done chamber studies to prove that there's proven toxic gas and dust removal with our product. So our target market for the global air purifier market is 14 billion USD, but we're looking at the Asian market. So looking at that, we have 3.1 billion USD for the commercial market, which is our current focus, and 1.7 billion for our future focus on residential properties. From our interviews and pilots, we found that there are three main segments, which are businesses like co-working spaces, hotels, gyms, which want to improve their image and property value. There's workplaces like offices and schools, which want to improve mental health and sustainability. And there's care places like hospitals and old folks' homes, which want to improve the quality of life for their residents. Our business model is a monthly leasing model for B2B and B2G, so that we have end-to-end quality assurance for them and recurring revenue assurance for us. In conclusion, we build beautiful, high-tech and beautiful modular plant towers that maintain the right plants in the right condition based on 2 years of research to supercharge their natural air purification process. We believe clean air is a basic human right because we cannot choose the air that we breathe. Thank you.
Wow, thank you from Greenery. Okay, it's too fast. We still have time. But all right, it's now for the judges who have a question to our startup founder, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you explain a little bit more about your product? I'm a little confused. So you have created a platform where you can plant different types of natural plants which help the purification process?
That's right.
So you're not an air purifier, but you are essentially a natural air purifier with use of plants. And the selection of plants is given by you? Is there a sort of a recipe that you give that these are the plants suitable for this particular environment?
Right, yeah, so we maintain the right plants in the right conditions. So this means that the plants have been chosen and vetted by us, have been tested by us to be robust indoors and also have air purification capabilities. So we have specially selected the plants.
And do you change these plants often, or is it that once you have installed a base somewhere, you just leave it like that, or how does it work?
That's the goal because as it improves over time and plants rarely tend to die unless they are not cared for properly, the aim is to have a product that is for life. So as long as the maintenance is already automated by the IoT system. So you have a product that you don't need to maintain. Maybe you need to replace the plants once in a while if they die, and that is included in our monthly leasing model. But other than that, we don't aim to replace the plants or have any replacement that is required. Yeah.
And is this live and tested now?
Yeah, it's tested based on our...
Do you have an installed base of customers that you've done?
We have done a few pilot studies right now. We are looking to make some modifications right now. So we are not selling it right now, but we are doing the pilot studies to... Yeah. But we have tested the product. Oh, actually, cannot see.
To scale beyond Singapore?
Yeah, for that, the important thing will be to get plant suppliers in a different part of the world who can supply the right selection. The plants, to be fair, are common household plants, so it's plants that can be found around the world, but we will definitely need to secure a supplier before we move into any new market. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, please, to all judges. We still have time.
Okay, so if I understand it correctly, you're still in the piloting stage and prototyping stage.
Yeah, we have done the prototyping already. We are doing the pilot because we don't want to go into manufacturing without having a sufficient base of customers already. Yeah.
Okay. Have you done a study to determine the user's perception towards your kind of product versus a traditional purifier?
Yeah, so the few markets that we found were based on actually a lot of interviews and pilot studies, and we found that a lot of them, the focus is more rather on the mood boosting benefits, the productivity benefits for their customers, I mean their employees. For example, co-working spaces were one who were like, yeah, if I have this in my office, in one of the rooms, then I can charge a higher monthly rental. So it's a direct value for them. Versus for hospitals, then it's like, yes, we can improve the quality of life of the people indoors and boost and also improve the air quality. So it's a win-win for them as well. So there's sometimes there's perceived benefits and there's some real monetary benefits.
In terms of air purification, how close does it come to a traditional purifier?
That's a great question. Actually, based on our study, which we have shown just now, for standard, most air purifiers come for a 30-meter square standard room, and we meet those standards. Like, we meet the same level of purification. In fact, standard normal air purifiers cannot remove volatile organic compounds like toxic gases, because they can remove dust using a filter which they trap PM 2.5, PM 10, but none of them can actually remove the toxic gases entirely. So this is something that only plants can do. Yeah. So in that sense, we are better than traditional air purifiers in that aspect. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
I just have one question. So how do you protect your IP? You're saying that these are all normal plants, and so, I mean, how do you maintain that nobody else can also recreate or duplicate that thing?
It's a good question. Actually, because the reason this has taken 2 years of study and research is because the exact conditions that the plant microbes work best in is very specific. So the moisture level, the lighting level, the airflow rate, all these things make a difference in the purification level, and these are things that we have tested and reiterated to find the exact best conditions for the plant microbes. So this is not something, even if somebody else can buy our system, they don't know the exact values to maintain it in.
All right, time is over. Please give applause from representative startup from Singapore, Green Airy. All right, we're going to the next representative from Indonesia. Woo! There are so many supporters. Please welcome to Netra Kido Hernowo.
It's a real honor here. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start with this one picture that, whoop, sorry. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, this is not working. Well, can I have another clicker maybe?
You can have, say next. We'll help you from here.
Sure. So, if you go to the next slide, that this picture may be just a regular map for all of us here. But for me, this is different. This region of this ASEAN literally become the world's largest marine traffic. If you go to the next slide, don't take my words. Go next. That this region literally feed the world from its blue and green economy. So the world is dependent on this region. And we are talking about digitalization right now. So if we go to the next slide here, I have a bad news that even in the biggest country in ASEAN, the cellular network only covers 15% of all the region. And how the hell are we going to talk about digitalization in the blue and green economy? Don't blame it, because it's really hard. We have a lot of islands. And this is really making a big challenge in implementing digitalization, especially Internet of Things, because IoT is the backbone of operational efficiency. If you go to the next slide, then take a look at how it's being solved right now. How it's being solved right now is they're using the traditional satellite dishes, which is really big out there, as you can see on above the ATM. And then they're also using the cellular tower. They're trying to build more and more cellular tower. If you want to cover the ocean or the mountains or the jungle, good luck with that. And all of these things are really, really too expensive, too cumbersome, and also not scalable for IoT implementation. If you can go to the next slide, please. Yeah. Can you go to the next slide, please? Yeah. There you go. There you go. That one. Yeah, that's one. On with Netra logo. Go down on slide number 6. There you go. That's why here, talking about that problem, that we are providing a satellite connectivity that is satellite-based IoT solution that is low cost, low power, and also very easy to use for all of our customer. So can you please click on slide 5? Yeah. All right. Oh, there's a trouble error here, but no worry. I'll just continue the conversation here. So what we do right now is we make IoT is very easy to be adopted in the area, in the unserved area of the blue and green economy. And for example, we're not only providing the satellite connectivity itself, but also what we do right now is really to make everything easy. We make everything as a service. There you go. We provide the hardware, we build ourselves satellite connectivity, and also the dashboard there. So everything made easy into one solution and services. If you go to the next slide, please. Yeah. So this is how it looks like, for example, for the fisheries, with the biggest market in Indonesia right now. The fisherman needs to pay $750 right now just to acquire hardware. And in addition to that, they need to pay another $40 per month just for tracking services. But with our solution today, we give zero hardware costs, which lower everything down. And also, the customer needs only to pay around $30 per month. And in addition that, we can also have a texting services. More than that, on our next generation solution, we are building a nano satellites also to make the cost down to almost $10 per month. So this is revolutionary with the biggest market.
Give
Okay.
applause for Netra, startup representative from Indonesia. Okay, it's time for the judges to have a question, please.
You have a question maybe? Yep, sure. I'm sorry, there was a little bit of trouble over there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think you should give more time to you actually to explain everything.
Sure, I mean, I'm,
Okay,
very,
but
I'm
maybe
really happy to
can you
explain.
summarize a bit in terms of your innovation?
Yes, so, I mean, if it's okay to summarize, give or
Yeah, I
give
mean,
a tiny
size.
bit, that,
Okay,
well,
we'll open the
okay. So
mastery.
basically, in short, what we do is we build a satellite-based IoT solution where we give to our customer, for example, fishermen, so they can track their ship in the ocean in a very easy way and lower cost than whatever we have right now in the market. So we are right now, as of today, 25% cheaper with zero hardware cost. So we make it as a service. And for next generation services, we build our own nano satellites. We will fly it to make it even lower.
Can you
There
go back to your slide where you show your system?
Yeah, sure. Oh, can you go back again? There you go, now it works. Okay, cool. There you go. So for this one, we built that self-tracking hardware or IoT hardware on the right side. We built ourselves. We provide also satellite connectivity. So this economy for example, for trucks in the mining sites, for fishermen, for fisheries boats, for tugboats, and also we provide a dashboard. And with our technology, it is around, right now, currently it's around 25% cheaper, and we give it on the service model, so zero hardware cost.
Okay, so
Yes.
for this system, it can be used for various industries.
Yes,
And right now, your focus is for the fishermen.
fisheries and mining for now, correct.
Mining as well.
Yes. Actually, I think this works right now. I can give you a little bit of.
Okay.
So yes, this is our traction right now.
Okay.
This make it easier. So
Yes.
currently with our technology, we just launched like 3 months of commercial service. We already booked around 50 units about to be deployed this year. And to prepare also for the next gen solution, we're about to launch our nano satellites to support our solution by next month. And as of today as well, we already have in our pipeline around 1,000 devices under conversation. So that's why 5,000 unit right now seems. For example, for fisheries, the market size only in Indonesia is 700,000.
Okay. And the nanosatellite is also owned by your company.
The satellite network, you mean?
Yeah, nanosatellite. That one.
Yeah, for the satellite network as of now, we're still using partner satellite.
Okay.
But for the next generation, we're using our nano satellite. Next month, we will launch one.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
May I ask, what is your plans for like the coming year?
Sorry?
And what is your plans for the coming year, and what do you need in terms of like what do you need to realize your targets?
Yeah, sure. So, for example, in 2023, we are planning to focus on deploying the devices with our existing surfaces, not using the nano satellite first. So for next year, we are planning to sell around 5,000 units to fishery sectors and also to mining sectors and also agriculture. That's the plan for next year. So it's basically ready to sell services. We don't charge, we make it as a solution, as a service. And then also as an R&D, not R&D, but to support, to make it cheaper, we also want to launch next year 3 nano satellites. We already booked everything. So to make everything lower cost with our current solution.
So you don't need support at this point in time? You're ready to move on, ready to progress?
So in terms of investment, we are very open. We are very open to investment as well, especially for next year, Q2. If our nano satellites work perfectly on the first one, then we might need to launch more than 3 nano satellites. So because to cover the entire region, we need approximately 9 to 15 nano satellites. So that's our aim. If we can launch 9 nano satellites full constellation or 15 nano satellites faster, then we can grab the market faster.
What is the barrier to launch a satellite?
Right now, it's basically to prove that the connectivity, basically the engineering stuff right now, and also number 2, the one that really blocks is also because we don't have rockets in Indonesia. So we are working with India, and they have timeline as well. So we need to share, and there is timeline. So yeah, we need to literally wait until the next launch. Otherwise, or we can book the entire rocket for that one. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
To what extent have you tested your nano satellite?
Next month we will launch one.
I mean,
So
is
we'll
it
test that.
tested in lab conditions?
Yes, it's fully tested. Even it's already in the rocket right now.
Give applause
It's
to
really rocket, yes.
Netra, startup from Indonesia. Wow, thank you very much. That was very smooth and calm, even though the technical problem, but it's okay. We're going to the next startup representative from India. Novo Earth.
Hello. So, hello, Semanye. This is the extent to my Indonesian. But what we are doing at Novo Earth in the world of single-use plastic has no extent. We, as a company, know that everybody collectively needs to come and find solutions for the single-use plastic waste problem. And that is why we've created 2 alternative materials for this fight. So every year, 31 million tons of plastic waste is being dumped in marine landfills, into marine oceans. And this problem is only going to increase by 3 times in the next 2 decades if proper measures are not taken. In ASEAN countries, because of rapid urbanization and inadequate waste management, this problem is increasing. And every year, $10 billion worth of value is being lost because of lack of recycling, and that is why proper recycling solutions are required. So, India has set a global example by imposing a ban on single-use plastic items. But my question to you is that is this ban enough? A very good example of this is this bottle that we had here yesterday, because this bottle claims to be 100% recyclable. But the irony is that the very label in which it is written that it is recyclable is not being able to be recycled. So, is not being able to be recycled. So that is why we've created solutions to recycle the non-recyclable plastic waste, which brings me to my first product, which is NovoBoard. So NovoBoard is a 100% recyclable board that we make out of non-recyclable plastic waste and paddy straw. For every 100 NovoBoards we produce, we clear 5 metric tons of plastic waste from the environment. We save 20 metric tons of carbon emissions, and we end up saving 4 trees because they act as alternative materials to wood-based boards. So these boards, other than having these environmental benefits, also provide benefits such as water resistance and termite resistance, which means that they're ideal for applications such as shuttering, outdoor furniture, cabins, etc. So according to us, this finding a recycling solution is not enough, and that is why we needed to find a solution in which we can stop the existing plastic waste from getting produced. Which brings me to my second product, which is Novopolymer. So Novopolymer is a 100% compostable polymer that is made from waste chicken feathers. And this bowl that you see right here is a bowl made from Novopolymer pellets. And just 100 such bowls, if we just produce 100 such bowls, we can clear 6 kilograms of chicken feather waste. We can clear 9 kilograms of carbon emissions and save 5 cubic feet of landfill space. But this humble bowl that you see here is not the only thing that we can produce using Novopolymer. We can use Novopolymer to produce 80% of all single-use plastic applications. And also, it is 30% economical to the first generation of biopolymers, which are PLA and PBAT. So PLA is made from corn, which is a staple food around the world, and PBAT is made from petroleum, which is a non-renewable resource. So producing a biopolymer from a product, from a waste source is extremely important if we look at the future. And also, this polymer can be processed in the conventional machineries, which means it can be easily adapted by the plastic processing industries. And because the waste source we use is chicken feather waste, which is available in abundance around the world, it makes our technology indigenous and highly scalable around the world. So every year, corporates such as McDonald's and ITC spend over $200 billion in the fight against climate change. They're actively looking for compostable and sustainable solutions, and now we are here to provide it to them. So our business model is B2B, as we provide conscious companies with sustainable solutions. And the best part about our business is that we can command a gross margin of up to 50% in Novopolymers and up to 66% in Novoboards. We work with 3 Rs, as we can recycle 200,000 tons of plastic waste every year by 2030. We can replace 100,000 tons of synthetic plastic,
Give
and we can
applause
reduce
for-
18% of landfill.
All right, give a applause for Novo Earth. Time is over. Now it's time to open for the judges to have questions, please.
Thank you for a good presentation. How about the technology you used to produce the board?
The board?
Yeah, yes.
So, using we use compression technologies, but we also add a lot of additives and reinforcements, which makes our boards ideal for shuttering applications.
Did already fulfill the standard?
Yes, we've done various tests, internal tests, and we've also just set up a commercial pilot plant for these boards so that it can match the shuttering standards that are to be needed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
May I clarify that the material for the bowl and the plank are 2 different types of materials?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you plan to use the materials for anything else?
So the material for the board is non-recyclable plastic waste like sachets and wrappers. This is usually the kind of plastic waste which is not recycled and not collected. So this is the waste we use to compress. We compress it and make it into the boards. And for the polymer, we use chicken feather waste, which is in India alone, if I'll give you a statistic, in India alone, we generate 350 million metric tons of chicken feather waste every year.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
All right. I think the issue that you are tackling right now is very, of course, everyone want to solve this plastic issue, right? And there's a lot of players as well inside this to recycle plastic into useful materials and so on. How you want to position yourself in term, comparing to other competitors right now?
So, sir, we actually looked at this problem from afar, and then we realized that, okay, there are various companies who are doing amazing work in recycling. There are companies who's trying to make compostable polymers, but we wanted to solve this problem from the core. So that is why we decided that once we developed the polymer, that having a is not enough. For that reason, we decided that we need to recycle. That is not being recycled currently. So that is why, if you look at from a holistic space, we are, can you hear me? So we are introducing polymers that will stop single-use plastic from being produced, and we are taking away the landfill waste that is there and converting it into building materials that will last for decades.
So you mentioned about building material. So you already tested your material that it can actually be used for building material, or is it more suitable for furnitures?
So, sir, it is suitable for both. By building material, I mean that it can be used for shuttering. So 60% of all plywood that is being developed is being used for shuttering. So by shuttering, I mean when the cement is being poured while a building is being developed. So the problem with plywood there is that it can only be used 3 to 4 times because it is not waterproof. Whereas our boards use the properties of plastics, which makes it waterproof, and it can be used n number of times.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, what is your business model? We've still not been able to understand how you will take your products and solutions to the market.
So, sir, our business model is B2B. Like, we sell our products to conscious companies, and there are 2 products. So, for the boards, we are working with construction companies and also furniture companies. And as for...
So, we understand that. How do you intend... Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How do you intend to scale this?
So, sir, currently we have one facility in Kanpur, and we are utilizing the waste from that city. As we go forward, we aim to set up facilities in different cities and utilize the waste there, because the demand for the product, because the demand for compostable polymers and building materials is immense. So we are very certain that the amount of the amount that we will produce, we will easily be able to sell.
So, are you planning to localize the solution? So, every community has its own development?
No, sir. We will be setting up facilities in places where we feel that there is enough waste. And later on, in the later stages, we are even looking at licensing out the technologies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We still have time? Still question? Okay. Give applause for Novo Earth, Anmol Bansal, representative startup from India. And next, we still have a representative startup from India, Optic Cyber Security Solution, PLTD. Give applause to Arjun Bhaskaran.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So we are in the space of cyber insurance. Cyber insurance is a global solution for small and local businesses. Yeah. So this one, it's a new animal. It's a new pillar of protection, and it has emerged in a very big way during the pandemic. The world during the pandemic, small businesses have benefited enormously, especially to protect against ransomware. So, and cyber insurance is the only player who's got skin in the game, who stands by the customer even when the loss happens, unlike any other technology provider. Okay. So this has worked very well for the last 2 years. And as per the global survey, organizations are buying for, as a precautionary measure, to meet regulations from industry and financial regulators, and their customers are demanding it also. So this industry has, between 2018 and 21, it's almost doubled. And it's set to grow bigger, and these are estimates from Munich Re, the world's #1 reinsurance company. So we are in a very exciting market. But this industry has got certain problems also, which is stopping its full potential. So as per Deloitte, one of the things is pricing. So the particularly small and medium businesses, they are at a disadvantage when they buy. They don't know whether they're getting it at the right price. And getting a competitive price is also challenging for small businesses. Second one is protection. There's not enough cybersecurity protection, so the losses increase for everybody, and it comes back to the customer as higher prices. And claims, getting claims are also very hassle prone, and that is also stopping people from adopting it more. Complexity. Now, this survey tells even large organizations, CEOs, CXOs, many of them don't know its power. They don't know. They have confusion about it. So I told you the losses are going up. Though the product is good, prices are going up. So what we are doing is, the industry right now, I have benchmarked across the world, the biggest brokers like Marsh, Aon, Global, big insurance like Chubb, all of them are operating from Australia, Singapore, US, Europe, but the pricing is pretty much qualitative, okay, based on a questionnaire. See, now the industry is very backloaded. They issue the policy loosely and then use lawyers at the time of the claim to tighten it, okay. So we are trying to make it more front-loaded by bringing scientific pricing so that, it's given at the fair price, at the right price. So this we are doing through a very complex, cyber actuarial modeling process. So we have been improving on this model. So cyber insurance is actually is a financial solution to a technological problem deep into legal contracts using mathematical pricing. So it's very complex, and we are trying to demystify it. So what we are doing is, we are in the middle. We are like a fintech, we are an insurtech, connecting the insurance value chain with the SME. Our focus is B2B, SMB, worldwide. So thereby we are able to connect cyber security and cyber insurance, the threats, vulnerabilities, controls, and connecting it with the cyber insurance clauses. We are also deploying equally strong forensics and digital, privacy lawyers to handle the claims for our customers. We are very customer focused. We are not aligned with the producers. So for this, our answer is Policy Bazaar. It is a kind of a one-stop shop for B2B, entire cyber insurance value chain from acquisition. So customers can get competitive pricing, fair pricing, scientific pricing. And then in claims also, we assess them through advanced methods. So we, in combination with the Indian giant insurance companies, are serving ASEAN.
Give applause for Optic Cybersecurity Solution PLTD. Okay, time is over. We still have 5 minutes to the judges who have question, please.
Hi, can I understand what your business model is?
Our business model, yes. I just have a slide. So our business model is for this current year, in the next 5 months, we are aiming for a revenue of 1 lakh US dollars, and this is derived from generating about $8 million of cyber insurance premium. That is a premium paid by organizations. We facilitate it for customers to buy it in the right way. So thereby we pair up with insurance brokers who will be getting 5% of the premium as commission, and from them we will negotiate a 25% revenue share. So we sit behind the insurance broker, and our business model is in each country like ASEAN, we will pair up with one insurance broker to put a microsite for each country. But we will be powering the technology.
So it's a marketplace model.
It's a marketplace model, yes. It's a kind of Amazon for cyber insurance.
And do you have any competition at the moment?
This is a very nascent industry, and we believe we are ahead of the curve in this area. Okay.
So what about people who sell insurance currently?
The insurance currently it's sold by the big brokers. Like in a country like India, Marsh, there are 400 brokers, but only 2 or 3 brokers are cornering all the business because they alone have the domain knowledge. Okay. Marsh, Aon, couple of them.
But what about marketplaces? They sell insurance.
But marketplaces are retail oriented, they are not corporate oriented.
Okay.
And this is a very, this is an animal which even the broker, insurance players don't understand.
Thank you.
They are making money in motor and fire and all that.
So for your client, how much value will you bring in when they use your service or your platform?
Like an advocate, we are or like a doctor, we are the custodian of the customer. Okay. End to end, we take care of them, advise them in the right way, do a risk assessment of the SME organization, and get them the right insurance contract. Every contract has to be custom designed as per the organization.
What is your differentiator from possible competitor in future?
Competition will certainly be there, but pricing in the insurance industry is done by actuaries. Okay, so actuaries are very limited, and most of them don't have much connect on cyber. They are still in property and life and medical. So there's a knowledge gap. Putting it together, we are a little bit ahead of that.
I would like to understand further, right?
Yeah.
So, your main client will be the cyber security software provider or the company that subscribe to that?
Our sweet spot is the small banks, hospitals, the less IT savvy organizations who are not able to handle cyber attacks. And smaller organizations and smaller countries are buying cyber insurance intuitively. They feel very secure. So there is a pull factor with those organizations. They are our customers.
Okay, so the user of the cyber software, for example, cyber security software, the user.
We don't go with the providers, we go with the customer.
Okay, all right, understood.
Because we don't want to be wedded with, like a doctor, use X or Y medicine. Whatever is good for the customer, use that.
And maybe can you explain what are the core technology that involved in your solutions?
Core
technology.
The core technology is this advanced data science modeling. So insurance is one of the topmost in advanced risk modeling. So we are using very advanced cyber risk modeling to get this data. And in the days to come, we'll be amassing a lot of big data, which will give the cyber loss events you can slice it across markets, industry, customers, and that will bring benefit to everybody.
So it's data processing.
Yeah, it's more data modeling, big data. Yes.
And using the AI as well.
Yeah.
Right. Understood. Thank you.
So we will be facilitating risk transfer through right pricing. Transfer cannot happen without the right price.
What stops Policy Bazaar from entering into this game?
Nothing stops, but they are currently stuck in the retail market. They are making money in life insurance and health insurance. They are not even into institutional broking market. And most of the people in institutional broking are making money on group health insurance.
What is your exit model?
Our exit model is to work with other insurance players only, maybe to a big broker.
Not sell to Policy Bazaar?
No. I will probably go to Toyota insurance brokers or something.
All right, time is over. Thank you very much. Please give applause from representative startup from India, Optic Cyber Security Solution PLTD. All right, for the next, we would like to invite representative startup from Philippines, Sachi Group Inc.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Prince. I'm from the Philippines. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sachi Group Inc. And I'm here today to share with you our mission. Next slide, please. Okay. So plastic pollution. We've all heard of this. We're probably tired of this already. Unfortunately, this is still a growing market. The secondary flexible packaging market is still expected to grow to $235 billion in the coming years, even with the myriad of novel solutions out there. So why is this? This is because we still subscribe to the linear economy model of production. We still take, make, and dispose of products the same way, just shifting the product from plastic to paper to tote bags to bioplastics, without truly considering how we source this and how we dispose of this. Consumers are willing to make the change. They're willing to shift to alternative products, but usually they end up there where they don't know what to do with their products afterwards. What we need to do is not to just address the material itself, but we also need to address both infrastructure and consumer behavior as well. So at Sachi Group, we realized that if we're to truly make an impact, we need to change and rethink how we do things. So we do produce cassava bags, but we're also utilizing the circular economy model of production. So we're not only looking into the material itself, but we're also looking at the disposal aspect. So we're building a distributed network of sustainable partners, being able to create which would help consumers improve their knowledge on how to dispose of the products properly, but also provide alternative end-of-life pathways, such as drop-off points or composting sites, community composting sites. So why cassava bags? Well, first of all, they're plant-based, so they can be sourced sustainably. Secondly, they're both functional and they act like traditional plastics, but more importantly, they're home compostable. So the difference between other bioplastics is that other bioplastics require to be sorted and segregated and sent to industrial facilities. With home compostable products, these can be disposed of by regular consumers. And furthermore, cassava bags can actually be melted or dissolved in hot water. So this enables consumers to be able to dispose of these properly without having to wait for industry or the government to create a pathway for them. So this also eliminates the current difficult method of sorting, segregating, and identifying which plastic waste is which, where it has to go, building the infrastructure for that. By shifting to more home compostable products, such as the cassava bags, consumers just have to think of one thing. This is organic waste. I throw it with my organic products. I can put it in my garden. I can put it in the community compost sites or drop-off sites by our sustainability partners. So as mentioned, this enables consumers to just think of 3 pathways. I just dissolve them in hot water, I drop them off, or I compost them. So our partners also in the compostability aspect, we're also generating community compost sites. So these local communities are able to generate their own compost, which they can also use in their community gardens. So it becomes a distributed network of disposal, of proper disposal sites. So what we're hoping is that by leading the charge to sustainable production and consumption, we're going to be able to empower circularity and really drive the change towards a sustainable future. Thank you.
Wow. We still have time. Do you want to still use your time, or we just continue to the judges? All right. So it's time for the judges to ask to the startup founder, please.
Could you clarify what kind of materials are you using and also your production system?
Yeah. Okay. So we're producing cassava bags. So it's a bioplastic made, a starch-based bioplastic, sourced or derived from cassava. So it's just polymerized by mixing cassava starch with some of the plant-based plasticizers. It doesn't go through chemical processes. That's why it's very easy to degrade. It also works with traditional plastic manufacturing machines. That's why we're able to extrude and turn it into bags using traditional plastic production machines.
How far have you gotten? Have you succeeded in selling?
Yes, we have a mixed bag of customers. Our primary market initially was for consumers who are, or for B2B business consumers who are really into sustainability, those with SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. But we've also noticed that there are a lot of distributors or small consumers who are willing to really shift to alternative materials. So we're also being able to sell some of the more generic bags. So we initially were customizing bags for big companies such as Havaianas and Decathlon.
What is your business model?
So actually, we're primarily making cassava bags, basically selling a plastic alternative. But going beyond that, part of our core vision is to really improve consumer behavior. So we have a sustainability alliance on the side where we have like-minded individuals sharing best practices. We have events, campaigns, teaching consumers how to melt the bags or to compost it. And then we're also working with our local government, our local units, to create composting sites so that so that the materials can be diverted properly. So we're also building the community aspect of it.
Are you currently funded?
Just pre-seed or angels, so mostly friends and families.
How do your economics work out compared to other options? Like there are other materials for
Yeah, compared to plastic alternatives, we're at par. So plastic alternatives. So all plastic alternatives are about 3 to 5 times more expensive than plastic. In the Philippines, however, there's a lot of who are willing to or who are required to shift to non-plastic materials. So we're able to compete with the non-woven bags, the paper bags, and similar products.
Are you manufacturing yourself, or how do you plan to, scale up?
Yeah, we're manufacturing ourselves. We have actually just finished developing the initial production stages. So we're already gearing up to maximize the production line and scale. So we just need to add more lines, and we'll be able to scale that up.
Okay. How are you sourcing the raw material, and what's the costing like?
Base material is about 2x plastic. Around $3 per kilogram. Right now, it's actually sourced from Indonesia, but we're also we have a research arm that's already developing since the material also, so that we can produce it locally in the Philippines, since we also have a lot of cassava production there.
May I know what is your current challenges to scale up and how you overcome it?
The main challenge definitely is the technology is very new. The material reacts very different from plastic when producing, so it's a bit slower. And then the other aspect, of course, is the consumer side. So part of all the sustainability challenges is trying to rewire how consumers think. Instead of thinking of plastic as something that's very convenient. They're looking for something very convenient, very strong, very cheap. And we need to basically rewire it, and that's why it's part of our campaign to show them how it's composted, or how the end of life is. So by bringing the end of life, by letting the consumers see where their product goes and how it's actually disposed of, they're able to take more responsibility because they can see that, these other products don't seem to be dissolving, it just stays as litter. So they have more, they're more engaged towards making sure that they choose the right products.
Okay. How does the tensile strength compare against traditional products?
Definitely traditional plastics are way out there. But for regular use, the bags are capable of
Give
of
applause
handling,
to Sachi Group Inc.
yeah, they're capable of handling
All right.
most of the uses.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, representative startup from Philippines. Thank you very much. Wow. He showed the product. Thank you. That's a good step to the judge. All right. For the next, would like to invite a representative startup from India. TerraFact Technologies, PPT Ltd, Industrial EdTech, Anubi Khandelwal.
Right. Hello everyone. Very good afternoon to all of you. I am presenting from TerraFact Technologies, and the name comes from Elon Musk's Terrafactories and Gigafactories. So I hope you remember that. Just a bit about myself. I am Anubi Khandelwal. I am the founder of TerraFact Technologies. I have worked in the UK with Siemens for 5 years as automation specialist. And I have also provided automation solution to Indian industries for last 8 years and counting. And now we are introducing TFT EdRig to make the youth industry ready. Now let's have a look at the problem right now. We all know we are going through the 4th industrial revolution, the entire world is. We are in the era of smart manufacturing. All the industries in the European, American countries and India, ASEAN, we are upgrading to Industry 4 because we have to stay competitive. The problem, there is an increasing demand of technical talent in the industries. However, our youth is not skilled enough. There is rapidly increasing skill gap because of this. In India, in ASEAN, and particularly a lot of developing countries, we all are facing this. Need of the hour? I think we need to empower our youth to be able to work in this Industry 4 environment. So there's 3 things that we can do for them. We can provide them some real hardware to work on. We can provide them training and guidance and mentoring. And we can give them some good software to work on. So we are offering a blend of these 3. We are offering TFT EdRig. It's a tabletop factory. Now imagine a very big factory, but 100 times smaller. It mimics all the processes. It has all the sensors, controllers, everything to the industry grade. We have 6 modules, and the intercombination of these modules mimics a lot of processes. So we can mimic an industry ranging from a paper mill to an Amazon warehouse, and all of that on real hardware. So we have a mix of industrial hardware, we have a mix of software, all the Industry 4 technologies, and it comes with self-learning modules. Also training by industry experts and mentors. Why TFT EdRig? We've all obviously seen, but it's also an enabler of cross-domain integrated learning. So you could be an electrical engineer or automation, mechanical, mechatronic, you all can work on this. And if you're in CSE or IT, you can still work on it with the IIoT and AR integrations provided. So we provide integration for AR, for digital twin, and for IIoT. All of that is done in-house. All designing, all engineering, all manufacturing, everything done in-house. The digital twin is made on a software called Simumatic, and we have a collaboration with this company which is based in Sweden. So looking at the business model, we are B2B, direct sales, and also subscription-based, depending on what is needed. The major customers are engineering and technical institutes, and also companies that have in-house training centers. So we have three major revenues: installation of the rigs, self-learning training modules, and also annual maintenance contracts. So from these three revenue streams, we generate revenue. There are approximately 6,000 engineering institutes in India right now, and 15,000 ITIs. So ITIs are industrial training institutes. And one installation generates an approximate revenue of USD 15,000. Why the value addition for institutes? You are now updated with Industry 4 technologies, you attract top recruiters, and you have enhanced infrastructure. Your students now, or our students, let's say the developing countries we are now competing with our counterparts in the Europe and in American nations as well. And our industries now have better access to the skill. So they obviously are able to adapt all of these technologies at a much, much faster rate. Christiani, Bosch, and Festo stand as our competitors. They are all European companies, 10x costs, and a bulky non-modular setup. We have domain expertise and international exposure, access to in-house manufacturing facility, and tie-up with leading brands like Siemens and Delta. The reason why the costs are so low, because we want it to be installed in all the industries, institutes across, so we enable more students, because our economies want it right now. Currently, we started in Jan 2022. The product was developed in August 2022 in 7 months, and now we are entering the market with workshops and trainings on IoT, AR, and digital twin.
All right. Give
Thank
us
you.
for TerraVac Technologies PVT Ltd. We have 5 minutes to all the judges, please.
Can I ask a question?
Please, yes, thank you.
All right, thank you very much for the great presentation. For your system, is it possible to upgrade? Means that, of course, the technology is evolving, right? And
Yes, so that is why it is made modular. So it's not just something that students look at. They actually build themselves. So now a new technology comes in, we can integrate that new technology into it. Every year we have new things coming up, and we need to take care of that.
And you can customize that system according to the field of the implementation?
Yes, so it can be customized according to the requirement, but major basic stations remain the same. And as and when the new technologies come in, we launch new modules, and the customers that we have, they can then buy those add-ons from us.
All right, thank you.
All right, we still have time.
Are you currently funded?
No, bootstrapped, as I said, just started in January, this year only. However, I have managed to get some basic MIT grant just recently.
And what are your challenges that you foresee in your growth?
So currently the main challenge is to get the right talent on the team more than anything. Manufacturing is not a problem for us. We have in-house manufacturing facility, and the technologies are also, we are aware. It's majorly getting the right team who can address these different technical domains in the right manner. So I would say it's the funding, money, which will allow us to have a better team and, better operations.
All right. Your target customer is universities and institutions, right?
Yes, universities, institutions in the first phase, and then big companies that have in-house training facilities. Because say if they want to upskill their legacy workers, and they cannot shut down their plant, so they can use this to train them, and then they can start working on those plants as well. They can't shut down their own plants.
How does it compare against using a more common robot that is inside the factory?
You could use a robot, but that will be standalone. This is integrated. There's a robot and sensors and some extra sequence going on. It has IIoT integration, AR, VR, digital twin, the conveyor belts, all the control side of it. So standalone, you can work on a robot, but how does it actually integrate? IoT is all about the devices being integrated together.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions?
What's your long-term vision for your company?
So we obviously want to establish these across institutes. The aim is to create that culture where students are able to work on the real hardware. I could not, and it took me 8 years to get to where I am right now, but it was easily possible if we had access to that. So the first main aim is to have that across. Also we are building technical modules. So then, particularly in areas where they cannot have access to this, through the apps, they will be able to go through basic learning and then go to some sort of a community center where we can set a community center for, say, 10, 15 universities or 10, 15 villages nearby who can go and access that there.
So are you classifying yourself as an edtech?
That's the challenge I'm having, because when I have to choose, it is edtech because it's for training, but it's an industrial hardware edtech. I don't know where it sits. I cannot say anything else. We are not developing any technology. We are just using the technologies and integrating them together.
Have you got a business model in place for your scaling?
I'm working with Innovation Mission Punjab Accelerator and Thapar University Venture Lab. So they are helping me put that in place now that the product is developed.
The next 5 years business plan?
Next 5 years, but actually next 3 months, then next 1 year, that way is how to get more and more institutes onboarded.
What's the cost per unit?
So as I said, it's modular. The base cost goes for approximately $12,000 US. And on top of that, there's a module for digital twin. There's a module for augmented reality, which are the added cost. But then we also talk about the ROI, where you attract more students, you get more accreditations and all of that. So with one extra student, you can cover all of that. That way, as we talk about the ROI.
And the manufacturing problems that your product can solve?
Not the manufacturing problem, the skills problem, the skill gap problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, give applause for Terafact Technologies PPT Ltd.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Representative from Startup India. All right, we're still in Startup Pitch Battle Competition. For the next, we would like to invite representative startup from Malaysia, Space In, Dr. Norilmi Amelia Ismail.
Good day, everyone. My name is Norilmi. I'm CEO of Space In. We connect IoT devices in remote area with lower cost of satellite services. I've been approached by durian plantation farmer. They're having a problem to get their data in the remote area due to the lack of internet connectivity. And using satellite services currently is very expensive for them. And the other option that can go is using other foreign satellite IoT services. But the problem is on the regulation, where maybe the communication devices has different frequency from the local frequency allocations. So we provide a solution which with the satellite, small satellite, low Earth orbit, which reduce the cost of operation for the satellites, hence reducing the cost of the services. We connect directly the sensor to the satellite, and satellite will send all the information to the ground station and to the database. How we provide the low-cost solutions? We have a pocket chip satellite, like you have is here, which is less than 1 kilogram, which is tremendously reduce the launch cost. When you reduce the launch cost, you're going to reduce the cost of the services. We're also using the LoRa technology, which is reduce the usage of power and reduce the cost too. And we provide them the modem or IoT devices to connect directly to communicate to our satellite. And the most important, because it's small, it's easy to replicate, and we can make more satellite, then we can have satellite constellation to give the frequency visit to the area, and we plan to have near equatorial orbit where the market now is still in infancy. We also have data center, and currently we are in the stage of development where we in the phase of the testing and frequency coordination, and we have booked the launch for next year, May 2023. In conclusion, our satellite is low cost, simple, and can be a global coverage. And this is our competitors. We are in the quadrant which are low cost and low complexity. But our niche is we having NICO, near equatorial constellation, which why we have choose this to focus on NICO constellation so that we can have less satellite in the constellation and less cost for the operation. And our customer is focusing on the IoT company, and in the future we're going to tag with the agriculture, oil and gas, transportations, and also maybe researcher to be our customer. And this is our current customer that actually talking to us and raise the concern, and they will be part of our technology demonstrations. And we are focusing on the IoT agriculture, and we're going to install a sensor in their area. And this is how revenue model works. We're going to have the data subscriptions, we're going to provide the modem, generate income from them, and also we can give the total solution, connect together IoT data and also having satellite imaging, give more precise data to the customer. And this is market segment. If you see Asia Pacific, 750 million, how are we going to trade the market? We're going to be in the IoT community, we diversify the product, and of course, we have to make awareness that IoT satellite is a solution. And also we are now creating the ecosystem in Malaysia, and we are going to have constellation completed in 2030. And this is we can going to for the scale up. And this is my team, and with this team I believe that we can deliver our product, and we're going to grow more from here. Thank you.
Okay, give applause for Space E. Okay, we still have time. Do you want to use your time, or are we just going to the?
I will receive the question.
All right, please to all the judges.
Okay, thank you very much. How far your satellite can cover the area?
The area for now, if we go past Pulau Penang, Malaysia, it can cover half of that. So currently for the technology demonstration, we install at Penang, Kuala Lumpur, and also Sarawak. So every time it passes, at least cover half of that.
Half of Penang?
Yeah, no, half of Peninsula Malaysia.
Half of Peninsula Malaysia, I see. And then your satellite actually will be, how long it will stay in the orbit, for example, how long it can last?
For the technology demonstration, because we choose a small one to reduce the cost for technology demonstration, in only last 6 months, but it's enough for us to test the capability of the satellite to send the data to the nodes in the sensor node at the ground.
I see. So you need to replace the satellite?
For the commercial, we plan to have 3 units together, so it's quite bigger, and we plan to have 3 years of lifetime.
All right, understood. Thank you.
On the commercialized product, how many IoT units could that satellite service?
It can be more. It depends on how you go swap the area. It can be 1,000 also. It can be more than 1,000. But it based because the data from the IoT nodes is very small. So you can, if you focus only on IoT, so you can get more data from lots of nodes. sensor nodes, I mean.
And what are the challenges you're facing in terms of realizing that commercialized product?
To reduce the cost so I can go to agriculture market. This is the reason why I'm going to make it very small and also effective to connect to the ground station. Because I see that agriculture need this. Even I have a customer approach me to solve the problem for the IoT in the remote area. The problem now, they have to pay much for the satellite services that currently available now.
Okay, what's the upfront cost and how much revenue do you expect to achieve once it's operational?
One is aspiration. We're thinking in 2025, we're going to have a break even. And it can, for this, we have to deploy like, for connect to the nodes more than 3,000. And over the year, up to 2025, we can start to generate profit around 2 million or 3 million. The more you have the satellite, the more you can connect. And to make a more satellite, you have to reduce the cost of making the satellite.
What is the current cost of producing a satellite?
For the launch is 25k euro for this unit, 5 times 5 times 5. But to make this satellite, this just costs you 5k USD.
And how are you currently funded?
We are getting grant from government, 2 grants currently, and also fully self-funded.
Okay, thank you.
Have you tested the satellite and or tested your ground unit with?
Yes, we are actually in the. This is the zone now. This month actually a timing for the testing. So we have done the testing. It's already a good result for that, and we're thinking that to have environment testing after this.
Is there any regulatory policy for launch of satellites or maintaining so many satellites?
Yes, the frequency is very important. That's the reason why some of the country having problem in frequency regulation. So if you want to go to certain country like Europe, coming to the Southeast Asia, there will be different frequency that they can use in that area. So frequency is actually one of the regulation that you have to look for. And we are working closely with our local authority, the Malaysia Commission of Communications, so that they can help us in terms of the frequency.
Could you show us the slide where you had your team members? Could you just show us that slide again? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we still have time. Do you want still use your time to convince the judges or your supporter?
I believe we want to penetrate the agriculture market. We need to reduce the cost of the satellite to reduce the operation cost. So it's very important to have very low cost satellite to have these services.
Give applause for Space In! Representative startup from Malaysia. Thank you very much. All right, for the next, we would like to invite representative startup from Thailand, Spike Architecture, CS.
Hello. Have you ever wondered why the beauty treatment and the medical service has to pay by paint? Is there any other solutions or any other way can avoid the paint? One of the potential technology is called the micro technologies. It's the micro scale needles that minimally embedded to your skins, and it can enhance the efficacy of your skin cares or the medicals. But why is this amazing technology is not widespread in the market already. It's because they have the limitations in the productions. They have currently bottleneck is that they have like low production rate, the low capacities, also with a design choice. Our technology is unlock these limitations. We have the ultra-fast productions and customizable features. Our exclusive technology is called the microspike technologies. It's a tiny needle that has unique of the designs that can enhance the efficacies of the medicine, skincare, and such. We have a customizable, available for features, so we can produce many kind of the applications to suit for the application for the customers. Right now, we also have like 30 patents in our technologies, and we are the company that has the fastest rate of the productions this microneedle technologies. Also, with the scales of the patch, we are now the one that can doing the largest patch of the microneedle in the world. So, what is this technology uses for? These technologies can provide you like a product from the medical device to the cosmetic product. We have been collaborating with many hospitals in Thailand to develop a new product from the cosmetic like wrinkle care and acne care to the vaccine delivery and the pain relief delivery. All of our product has been developed under the ISO 13485, that is the medical device standards. You can make sure that our product is safe because like this product has been passed all the tests for skin sensitization, skin irritations, and cytotoxicity. So our market size is very large. As long as it was the transdermal delivery, we can enable them. We can do from the medicinal product to the cosmetic product and even the advanced sensors. So we are introducing our SKU to the market. The first one is the wrinkle care for the under eye patch and nasolabial patch. Just using this patch in my hands. This one has been tested by the dermatologist, just using it for 5 times, once in every 2 weeks for 5 minutes. You can see the real difference in the wrinkles already. Compared to other technique and the service treatment, our patch has a painless. It not has any negative effect. You don't have to require any recovery time to stay in your room with the breathing phase. It also permanent solutions and easy to use. It also has a low expense too. So right now, we are selling this patch to the hospitals and the beauty clinic in Thailand. In next years, we are expected to reach the revenue more than 1.5 million USD dollar. Because right now we have the hot potential customers that were interested on this product, more than 10 companies. That is including from Spain, France, United Arab Emirates, Taiwan, and in Thailand. So our company is the Spy Architectonic. It's a deep technology company that spun off from the National Science and the Technology Development Agency of Thailand. We are the innovators of these technologies, and we want to enable this technology to the market. We are now looking for investors who want to share their success and success in this innovation. If you have the strongly determined and believe in the wellness, 1 million USD dollar is opening in this round. Thank you.
Give applause to Spike Architectonics. All right, now we have 5 minutes to all the judges, please. Do you have a question?
So your product is unique. Have you got it patented? You're going to get it patented, is it?
So,
are you going to get this product patented?
Product patented?
Your micro needle.
Yeah, it's microneedles. It's microneedle technology.
Is it unique to you, or is it manufactured earlier by somebody else also?
Manufacturers by us. We have the factories.
So has anybody done it earlier, or you're the first to do this?
We are the first ones to do these technologies. The other company also has kind of similar of the product, but the technology is different. Their technologies can just doing the cosmetic product because the technology. But we are the only company that can do the medical device and the medicinal product. Right now, the available product in the market is like an acne patch, just a small one. That patch is on your skin. They can do just like for the acne patch and the vitamin C's, deliver something like that. But we are way more advanced than that. We can deliver like some kind of vaccines, medicines, and also the light therapy to the skin.
How about the regulation
Yeah.
using your technology?
Yeah, right now we are in the process to submit the regulations in Thailand and in Europe. There were two classes of our product. One is the cosmetic class that can sell to the pharmacies or the modern trade right now. Then another class that has to use by the doctor is the medical device. That kind of product has a longer height and longer needles that it will be penetrate through your like deep layer of the skin.
Can I ask you to repeat what problem are you solving for?
We are solving the problem and disrupting the traditional solution by using the hypodermic injection, and it has caused a lot of pain for the skin. Using our patch is painless but have the same efficiency.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we still have time? Yeah.
What kind of health issues could your product address?
We can address like the medicines, like medicine delivery, like through. This is for the example of the case. Right now, we have been developed like a pain relief delivery for the patients that has the knee surgeries. After they got the knee surgeries, they had to inject that like a pain relief in their bones every 4 hours. But the patients and the doctors are right now using our patch instead of using the needle that inject to the bone. So the patient then has no pain and like can be a lot heavier to have the service in the hospitals.
Profit margin and scaling strategy.
Right, the profit right now we are like expected to do the strategy mark up more than 60% of the profit in each of the product because we can sell to the hospitals and the beauty clinic. About the revenue is that we are right now has a client that sends us the letters of intent that want to buy our product from many countries. So we are expected to reach like 1.5 million USD dollar in the next year if we run in the full capacity of the productions.
How do you plan to attract more customers after that point?
Yes, absolutely. Like I have said, our technology is the platform technology. Right now, we are launching the cosmetic product. But after this, we had many applications in our technology that are going to launch to the market. The next one will be the one that used with the light phototherapy that can rejuvenate your hair once again without any pain. Because like in the traditional one, they have to inject the hormone right back into your head, and that is cause a lot of pain, But here, using our pad, which is the light, we had been in the process in the human taste and will be ready in next 2 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Still have questions? We still have time. Do you want to convince the judges or the supporter? You want to add something?
So we are the Spire Tectonic, not only for the cosmetic or the pharmaceutical, but for the future medication. Thank you.
Give applause for startup from Thailand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the next, we would like to invite representative startup from Brunei Darussalam Super Squad, Faisal Murni.
Can I start now? Hey guys, my name is Faisal. I'm the founder and CEO of Super Squad. So basically, I grew up in a village. So every day, as I was growing up, every day after school, we all play football. So it became my passion. But as I was growing up, it became increasingly difficult to get a game of football. So I looked at the problem. So to play football, I gotta book a venue. I gotta find my team ready, calling my friend, go like, hey bro, let's go play football. And you go like, oh bro, I've got like 4 kids now, I can't even run anymore. So it's very hard to form a team, find an opponent team, and jerseys and referees, that's just too much to do. So I got really frustrated. So that's why I created Super Squad. So Super Squad is an online platform which offers anyone the convenience of playing football with or without a team. And the special thing is about it is we convert it into a gaming arena, so players can win medals, trophies, and prizes. So this is how it works. All you need to do, you want to play football, just select what date and which venue you want to play. So we have 20-minute games, and all you need to do is select which position you want to play. So if you want to play striker or goalkeeper and midfielder, and that's it. So everyone comes together, and we prepare everything. So in a nutshell, this is how it looks like. They book through the platform. We've got strong engagement on and off the pitch. And at the end of every season, we give the players prizes. So we started at the end of 2018. And within a year, we got a big support sponsorship from Tourism Malaysia. Thank you. So that's where we launched our platform in Kota Kinabalu, and it was officiated by our former minister. And so we sponsored free flights and free hotel stays for 83 packs for our opening ceremony. Then after that, it was all good. We launched at the end of 2019. I had a 2-year contract with the venue, but the next month, COVID hit, so the contract ran out. And during the 2 years, it was very hard for us. But then we managed to squeeze 1 season in, but that's it. So during the downtime, we decided to So during the downtime, when we cannot play contact sports, we decided to create a badminton version. So we trialed it for 3 months and we managed to get 200 plus players. And after we recently just restarted back in Brunei. And now we have already hosted more than 4,200 plus games. We've got passing for 5,900 plus players in Brunei. Bear in mind, in Brunei, ladies can't play football, so that's like 50% of my market. And we're already playing in 4 venues. So ever since we started, we've changed the football landscape in Brunei. Our venue partners all booked up, and we provide more employment, and it's a good place for health and a good place for the youth as well. But most importantly, what we love about it is the love. We don't care where you come from, how you look like. Everyone's just there to have fun. So we've got players from UK, Germany, Malaysia, Korea, France, and even India playing on our platform. And so this is the love that we want to share with you guys. Because united together, we stand. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. We still have time, or we just continue to open the Q&A to
Sure,
the judges?
please.
Okay. So we have 5 minutes to all the judges. Please, who have questions?
How does your product compare against its competitors?
So yeah, there's one product in Singapore called Stranger Soccer. One of our players actually went there. There's the massive difference is how we created our product. It's a very, like for example, the difference with us, with Stranger Soccer is they don't provide referees, and they don't provide the equipment as well. So in Super Squad, we provide the bibs and we provide the referees, so everything's just like that.
How do you attain traction for your product?
So in Brunei, in Brunei, first of all, I believe like it was just not me feeling the pain just to get the game. So what we did was I found more players like me, and we also invited the local social media influencers to come and play with us, and it's more organic marketing. So that's how we started.
Thank you.
Okay, may I know where's the main revenue coming from? Is it from sponsorship or actually from the user itself?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So every slot we charge $3. So this is a typical 2-hour operations for 2 hours. Half of the field is 9-a-side. It's for the solo players. That's our net revenue. And half of the field we offer to 3 teams. So the net revenue, the average net revenue is around almost $300.
This for one game?
2-hour operations.
For one game?
Actually, the games are 20 minutes. So there's six games in 2 hours. So that's how we charge them.
Okay, you means that for the solo one, for example, if I want to play this soccer using your apps, I need to pay the $3
per slot.
Per slot.
Yeah. So it depends on you. Like me, I'm not that fit anymore. So I book, I rest, and then I book the third game. I rest and I book. So it's really up to you. If you're fit, you can play all the games.
And then I can choose which team I want to join.
Yeah. So you just pick your position. That's it.
Pick your position.
Position, yeah, midfielder or striker, and that's it. Everyone comes together and play.
Okay. So this platform is only for fun.
Yes, very recreational, yeah.
Is it possible to expand to like amateur league and also
It is possible, sir. In fact, recently our football association has asked us to actually help them out with the national leagues for the amateurs.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What is your business model looking like?
Sorry, sir?
What is your business model looking like now?
So our business model is selling slots. So selling the solo slots, and we also sell jerseys. We also sell the bibs for them to play. And the sponsorship to us is like a bonus.
So if you were to extrapolate this model here, I'm not saying no expansion, just this one particular field that you have, with this schedule that you have, what is the maximum revenue that you can generate in a year?
We have not actually gotten up to a year because of the COVID, but see, this is a 2-hour operation. So what we did in Brunei was, this is, say, for example, 7 to 9 p.m. So we do it again for 9 to 11 p.m. So that's actually double of what we get. So, and we have like games every day, and now we're operating in 4 venues.
So in a month, what would you generate out of this venue?
For one venue, we'll generate around profit minus, yeah. So profit will be around 6,000 Brunei dollars per venue.
And you operate 4 venues right now?
Everything paid for, sir.
You have 4 venues. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
We still have time. There's any questions? Or maybe you want to add something to convince the judges?
Well, this is during our expansion in Kota Kinabalu. So we flew our top players to play in Kota Kinabalu, the one who ended up in the leaderboards. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Give applause for Super Squad Brunei Darussalam Startup. All right. right, for the next, we'd like to invite representative startup from Myanmar, Zwizikat Food Manufacturing and International Export Company. Yadanaro and Nuat Darlizal.
Hello, everyone. Well, the business model which I will be presenting is inclusive business model, which means we are supporting community, and that's why we name it like Shwe Zikwat, which means in Myanmar lucky bird. Like in Myanmar, we use like lucky bird at every houses long times ago, like to have income every day. So we make it like I cannot see. Okay, so well, this is a food manufacturing company, and we mainly use rosé juice. And like this is the quality, premium quality one in Myanmar, which is already in the market, but we established in 2019. Company history is like that, but I only have like 5 minutes, so let me take it another slide. And this is the story of our company, which is just established in 2019, and fruit, mainly produce fruit. The objective is like we want to only two things. We want to support the people who need jobs in our country, and we are using waste product to produce fruit, juice, something like that. And yeah, the native source of livelihood agricultural growth. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. To increase farmers' incomes and improve their living standard. Well, the business model is inclusive business model because the main core value of this company is to create high value products locally made by raw materials, and also we are helping to the people, especially to the farmers. As you may know, Myanmar is like agriculture, full with rich in natural resources, but agricultural growth we need some technology-wise and things. So for this business, we have been working together with Korean government, which is developing for agricultural growth, and we may have like adapting some technologies from Korea. Well, market size is just this global rosé market size is expected to US dollar $244.9 million by 2017. Marketing plan is like this. We are going with so many different business channels already, and we are already in the market, and you can buy anywhere in Myanmar until now. And Myanmar is all about like in economy of Myanmar, micro, small, medium enterprises are the backbone. So this is originally SME-based company. And these are the like rosé beds, and the crops, which is waste product normally. In Myanmar, we eat rosé plants and leaves as a curry, but we don't use crops like beds. So we use this as a juice and like healthy juice with the technology adapted by Korea. These are the process of how we make the juice with this. Yeah, I want to introduce about the developing innovation products and the development, which is marine collagen juice. This is one more juice, which is new product of Myanmar, this company. And we take collagen from like sea moss from Myanmar, and we make it juice, healthy juice. It's also technically adapted by Korea. Well, that's about it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We still have time. Do you want to add something or just continue to the judges' questions?
Well, I'm so nervous now because I want to say this. this is not my business model. The person of this business model has to leave because of our emergency case. So I'm on behalf. I'm the other business owner, so some of the questions might not be able to answer. I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, I study it overnight, so I think I can answer, like for her.
What is the problem you're solving for?
Not the problem. Well, how can I say? It is a bit nervous because I don't, I mean like, I know about this business pretty well because I'm working with her together, but the problem is not my business model, so it's a bit difficult to explain some of the things, you know, just to present, so I'm sorry about this.
I think you didn't understand my question.
Yeah,
My
of course.
question was, as a startup, what is the problem you're solving? Is there some problem that you have identified and you're trying to solve that by manufacturing these products?
Well, the first is quality of the product. Raw materials to collect is okay, but we have to make sure the quality-wise, we need to hire some experts and like get the techniques from the other countries as well. And to collect raw materials is very important to control the quality-wise. And also, how about to make a juice, we cannot just do it. We have to make sure that there is no side effects for the people, whether it is suit or not. So we need to have like some consideration from the other companies as well and adapt in some other countries. Yeah, this is the problem, I think.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How many units are you able to sell so far?
Unit means the quantity.
Yes.
Yes. Now, like the size of the market is pretty big, and you can get everywhere in Myanmar. And every month, I believe over a big volume, like over 10,000 volume that we are selling. This company is selling. Yes.
So you've already hit that target?
Yeah, we already have the target. Like the juice is different types, like about 4 types, and another 3 types are already launching in the market. But another one and the other one, 2 types are still launching. So yeah, we are finding some kind of like distributors and people here.
Okay, you mentioned you are not part of the team. You are not part of the team of this company?
This company, yes, this is done by team, but I haven't mentioned it. Sorry. Like the team of her is including like, how can I say, consultation from government setters, and the team she adapted, and they have a contract with Korean technical support for 3 years, and also like she's making with farmers, community of farmers, council of farmers, and agricultural growth working with ministry.
Okay.
Yes.
And how you actually related to this team yourself?
Myself.
You said you have been working with her.
Yes.
In terms of what?
Yes, I am working with her because my product is also similar with her. So my product is a bit different, like dry food. She is fruit juice. So I'm using the waste product of her product. Like to make juice, let's say honey lemon. She makes juice, but after the waste product comes out like a trash. But I mix with honey and I make my product, something like that. This is like a collaboration. It's not like part of the her company. Yeah.
Okay, still have
Thank
another
you.
questions, the judges? All right. You want to add something?
No.
Nope.
Thank
Okay,
you.
give applause from startup from Myanmar. Thank you. All right, for the next, last but not least, representative startup from India, ex Vinito Suramya Astana.
Hi, I'm Suramya. And we're building Zuron that lets you be the CEO of your own health. 1 in 3 people in this world develop a chronic disease. And 1 in 6 people are living above the age of 60, which is bound to increase to 3.1 billion people in the year 2100. So 33% of the people living in this room have already developed a chronic disease and we don't even know about it. Wouldn't it be great if we were able to detect a disease before we even developed it? So that's why we're building Zuron, because a disease affects every individual in one way or the other. It affects the personal and professional life. To understand the impact that a disease has on an individual, you need not look at these statistics. What you need to do is think of a person who has been through an illness, who is close to you, the kind of physical impact it had on them, the kind of psychological stress that it had on them, the financial burden that the disease comes with. Currently, the doctors are unable to manage the burden of these diseases. The doctors are operating on WhatsApp, where they have to follow up with patients for routine monitoring and routine tracking, and the users don't have a platform for monitoring their own health. So what we're trying to build is an integrated solution that lets you get from here to living with as less disease as possible. By building an integrated platform, what we want to do is do disease risk prediction, capturing the diseases early to provide better treatment options to the users, as well as reduce all of the problems associated with the disease management on the individuals as well as on the hospitals. So this is where Zuron comes in. Zuron is a combination of digital and biological markers that takes data inputs from your blood, brain, and your body. So these three I will be addressing one by one. The blood markers, we all undergo routine blood checkups, right? But we don't really know what these blood markers mean. We don't know what is that 20-page report saying to us. That is where we come in. We tell you exactly what you need to monitor based on the disease that you have. The second thing that we monitor is body. In the body, we've developed some wearables. Our unique wearable is a smart insole, which can do gait analysis. Now, gait analysis is the way you walk. The motion pattern of the body is captured by gait analysis. We do this both by the wearable device as well as a software that we have developed. The third one is brain. The brain is a very underexplored organ, and many diseases are associated that originate in the brain and then affect the body slowly. So for the brain, we don't want the users to wear complicated EEG devices just to undergo routine checkups. That's why we have made some games that will assess the cognitive functions of the users. All these three feed into the Zuron platform, which lets you track your routine wellness as well as the overall health of the body. So our business model currently is to sell this monitoring platform to the hospitals, which are overburdened with the patients, and this monitoring platform can be utilized to capture all the data points from a starting to the end journey of the patients that come into the hospital. These data points can then be utilized to develop AI, which can be used for disease risk prediction in the future. By utilizing three data points of blood, brain, and body, we will be able to unlock insights about the diseases in a better fashion. In the future, we will be able to provide this platform to the users directly, where it is open for the users to utilize and monitor their health on their own, essentially letting them be the CEO of their own health. And that's how we can, improve the overall health condition of the user, thereby letting them age healthy and promoting longevity in the future. So these are the different revenue streams that we have identified. With the rich data set that we will be building around specific diseases, we will be able to utilize this data for personalized medicine in the future. This data becomes very important for the pharma industry to develop new drugs, as well as this technology of gait tracking we are building has immense applications across the field of sports, medicine, rehabilitation, specifically for diseases which have neuromuscular diseases, where rehabilitation is a very important part of the component. So the gait analysis software that we have built here, that is currently a $3 million setup which involves 12 cameras, and this is available in only select cities in every country. And we have brought this down to a single camera that can be done on a computer or a mobile phone. That's all. Thank you. I'm open to questions.
Okay, give applause to Ex Vinito. Okay, we have 5 minutes to all judges to have a question, please.
How do you collect and integrate all of the medical data that you have?
Yes, sir. So we are integrating all of these through a software interface. This is called the Relive app, which collects the wearable device data. It collects the blood reports that every patient undergoes in the hospital or outside the hospital as well, so that this app has all the information of every user. When you switch hospitals, then you can take the data along with that. Because currently what happens is that you have to carry a stack of files with you every time you change a doctor or every time you change the hospital. Essentially, like in the US, you have electronic medical records, but that is not available in any other country where they are still operating on paper and have to carry the stack of files. So we're giving that software to be able to correct all of these 3 data inputs.
All right. Which kind of wearables have you integrated into your current system?
So we are pulling data from watches, rings, as well as the insole that we have developed. So this data can be synced to, currently they are syncing it to Google Fit and Apple Health, and we can integrate that into our software as well. Because these are open platforms that users are currently using, but nothing is being done with the data that they collect.
Okay, but last question for me. Which kind of health issues are you able to pinpoint?
Yeah, so currently we are looking at diabetes because it's a huge market and 500 million people in the world are currently suffering with diabetes. Diabetes is a very complicated condition which not only affects one organ and many different organs, and we can capture all 3 components of blood, brain and body with diabetes. So that will be able to develop the AI around diabetes specifically. So we are currently in the testing phase where we are testing with diabetic patients.
Thank you.
Are you already live?
No, sir. Next month, we are going to launch a private beta where we will be partnering with hospitals to collect the data for diabetic patients and small clinics which are doing this one-on-one diabetic reversal programs because they do not have any monitoring platform or feedback to give to their users on how is the improvement looking like.
Okay, I have 3 questions for you. First, what is your go-to-market model? Yes. Right. Second, are you funded at the moment? And third, do you have an exit plan?
Okay. So, like I said, our GTM is basically to sell this software to the hospitals, essentially charging for 50 users a specific fee. We have planned to keep it as low as possible because these are small clinics. So first we'll be giving the software to the hospitals only, which who know how to handle this data, what is the interpretation of this data. Once we are able to establish and validate the model with patients, then 5 years down the line, we can open it to the public and they can use it in their day-to-day lives for their own tracking. Then the next question that you ask is, we raised a pre-seed and we've got a couple of grants from MIT, from IISc MSME grant, as well as one more grant from Nidhi Prayas from Derby Foundation. And we are funded by Campus Fund. We got funded in January. Campus Fund, Derby Foundation, and Raghunandan sir, who is a founder of Zolve, invested in us. And we are currently looking for an upcoming round now. The third is, exit plan is we filed for the patent for our wearable and we are also building the embedded system around the wearable that we have. Once we are able to get the patent both global and India, that's essentially what we are looking at, and also selling this analytics platform to the companies who are already doing healthcare services as diabetic reversals or disease management platform. That's what we are looking at.
What does your competitive landscape look like?
Yes. So in isolation, a lot of people are building wearables. They are doing digital therapeutics. So essentially, we fall into 4 major categories, which are disease monitoring, progression of a disease, preventive medicine, as well as the digital therapeutics. In isolation, many companies are working with all of these programs. But since diseases are complicated, there's nobody who's currently working in the integrated platform that we are building. So companies like MindMaze have wearables for Parkinson's disease as well as Alzheimer's disease. There are companies like Modality.ai which are building the questionnaire-based assessment for neurodegenerative diseases, but nobody is looking at the holistic analysis of brain, body and blood that we plan to do.
May I know, for the data of this patient actually, where actually be stored? Is it within your company or is it, yeah?
Yeah, so there are, with all the kinds of data that are involved with patient samples, there are several compliances to be followed. Currently what we are following is the ISO 13485 definitions which are there for medical devices. We have implemented that, and that needs the data to be stored on the AWS platform that we have.
Give applause to Xvinito. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was 12 startup candidates. Please give a round of applause. Wow, it's surprisingly so amazing. Now, it's not complete if we are not asked to the judges. Please kindly to give a comment and short remarks one by the judges. Maybe start from our judges leader, Dr. Tanawan P. Waiwi, please come to the stage to give a comment and short remarks after you see all of the startup candidates. Give applause, please, to Dr. Tanawan P. Waiwi.
All right. So I'm very happy to see a very wide variety of startups today, everything from healthcare, educational technology, also food tech and space tech. See, that's a very good representation of our regions. And, well, tomorrow will be the results of today's pitch battle. And I wish all competitors a very successful operations and business. I wish them all the best in the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And for the next, please, Mr. Abdul Hakim Sahidi to give you a comment and short remarks about this competition.
All right, I think first of all, let's give a big applause to everyone. And for myself, I'm very happy to see all the presenters. Maybe some of the concern that I have actually is how you're able to manage your presentation within 5 minutes. I think there's a lot of teams that are able to finish your presentation within that allocated time. So it's very important for you to convey all the judges, all your vision, the business strategy within that allocated time, because that also include in terms of the impressions toward your project itself. And I believe a lot of projects today have the potential to be scaled up and also to go next stage. And there's also projects that are able to maybe collaborate between each other. For example, like the Indonesia and also the Malaysia one. Why not you can collaborate to make it better solutions that can solve the issue in the world. So looking forward to maybe exchange contact with all the presenters. And yeah, thank you very much again for the organizer for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Hakim Sahidi. And next, we would like to hear the comment from Mr. Arijit Dutt. Please give a round of applause to Mr. Arijit Dutt.
Thank you. It was a real privilege to be part of this event. And compliments to all the startups. I was quite amazed by the confidence that they had in answering all these questions. And all of them are working in great areas, impact areas, as was said, space tech, health. And all of them, I'm sure, have amazing futures. So I wish you all the best. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arijit Dutt. And for the next, Mr. Ahish Kapahi, please give the comment about the startup pitch battle competition for today.
I want to congratulate all the startups who are here. I think they've done a fantastic job. But at the same time, they've made our job very difficult now. It wasn't easy for us to judge you on the categories that we had to do. But congratulations. I think the confidence with which you have presented the problem statements that we have addressed, they are genuine. There is a scope. What I would like to say is that some of you were not very clear on the business models. I think we can work a little bit on the business models. I think from a startup perspective, an exit model is also very important. I don't want to sound like a VC. I'm not a VC, but being a startup myself a few years ago, I do understand the challenges. So congratulations, wish you all the best, and this is not the last time that we are seeing you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ahis Kapahi. And next, we would like to comment from Representative Plug and Play, Andita Karamin. Please give a round of applause to Ibu Andita Karamin.
Right, okay, so thank you for the chance. So we're from Plug and Play. Plug and Play is one of the early stage venture capital in Indonesia. So it's it's an honor for us to be invited in this event. It's very interesting to see a lot of innovations coming from Indonesia, from Myanmar, from India, a lot of countries that offer so many opportunities for the early stage entrepreneurs as well. So yeah, for us as a VC, I think it's a very interesting chances for us to explore, because a lot of entrepreneurs see the problems and solutions coming from different backgrounds. So for us, we are eager to have conversations with the entrepreneurs that not just pitching in this stage, but also from a lot of booths in this event. Yeah, again, it's an honor for us to be in this event, and looking forward to have any collaborations and partnerships with many stakeholders in this event as well. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Bu Andita Karamin from Representative Plug and Play. And next, we'd like to hear the comment from Mr. Chirag Gupta from the Venture Capital to give a comment, please.
Thank you. Thank you for giving the opportunity, and loved the pitches, loved listening to the conversations, and it was very impressive, some of the problems that we were solving in Indonesia, in Malaysia, or the entire Southeast Asia and India. The problem statements are very similar, but how we are solving it probably is a bit different. So interested, very impressed, very happy to see the kind of presentations we had. Very happy to also have follow-up conversations with some of the startups, incubators, policy makers here. If I can say one thing which probably we need to strengthen a little bit more and always think about, is to talk about how to build a sustainable competitive advantage. Some of the startups did talk about it, but I felt that some of the startups probably could have done a bit better over there. But other than that, pitches were amazing and a great experience. Thank you.
Give applause for Mr. Chirag Gupta. All right, we will capture this special moment. We would like to invite to all judges and all candidates, please come to the stage. We will take a picture together. Please, Dr. Tanaman Piwaiwi, Mr. Abdul Hakim Sahidi, Mr. Ari Jeddat, Mr. Ahis Kapahi, please come to the stage. And also Representative Plug and Play, to all representative, please come and join us to the stage, and all the candidates. And also Mr. Chirag Gupta, please join us to take a picture together. We'll capturing this special moment, Startup Pitch Battle Competition. Please come and join us to the stage. All right. So maybe you can talk to the judge and take another step to be the winner for tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow we will announce for the 5 winner at 12 o'clock, right? So don't forget to come together again tomorrow. Please getting closer, everyone. All right, please give the pose, and after that you can do the conversation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Startup Pitch Battle Competition. Thank you very much. All right, please give a round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. That was also close our event. And don't forget, thank you very much to all the judges. Please come back to your seat, and to all candidates, thank you very much and good luck. Tomorrow, we will announce who will be the winner at 12. And don't forget to come again together here in this area. We will announce in closing ceremony. All right, so thank you for your presentation for today. And I'm Charapasti, have to sign out. And see you next time.
I would like to congratulate the organizers, BRIN Indonesia, as well as DST India, for a very successful hosting of the first ever ASEAN India Startup Festival. Our team at the ASEAN Secretariat, we are indeed very pleased to be part of this festival, which is really fostering a very vibrant ecosystem for startups in ASEAN and also in India, and bringing us together. The ASEAN Secretariat, we all are committed towards strengthening our cooperation with India in science and technology initiatives such as this. Therefore, we like to see a continuation of the co-hosting of this festival and hopefully making of an annual event on our calendars in the coming years. I hope everybody has had a productive and a profitable time spending in Bogor in this year's festival, and hopefully we'll be able to see each other again the next time.
Hello, good morning. I'm very happy that ASEAN India Startup Festival is taking place in the beautiful city of Bogor near Jakarta in Indonesia. As all of you know, this is a part of ASEAN India Friendship Year commemorating 30th anniversary of establishment of relationship between ASEAN and India. You may also know that the startup culture is flourishing in India. Today, we have almost 77,000 startups registered in India. If we have to compare it with 2015, at that time we had less than 500. As a result of proactive policies of Government of India, initiatives like Make in India, today we have more than 100 unicorns and having total value of 340 billion. And you would be surprised to know that in 2021 only we had 44 unicorns with total value of 93 billion, and this year already 21 unicorns are born with a value of 23 billion. This is an indicator of how the startup culture is booming in India, and we would very much like to share that experience with the participants from the ASEAN member states. And I'm so happy that almost all the ASEAN member states are represented in this festival. So I wish all the participants very best. Thank you very much.
I would like to congratulate the organizers, BRIN Indonesia, as well as DST India, for a very successful hosting of the first ever ASEAN India Startup Festival. Our team at the ASEAN Secretariat, we are indeed very pleased to be part of this festival, which is really fostering a very vibrant ecosystem for startups in ASEAN and also in India, and bringing us together. The ASEAN Secretariat, we all are committed towards strengthening our cooperation with India in science and technology initiatives such as this. Therefore, we like to see a continuation of the co-hosting of this festival and hopefully making of an annual event on our calendars in the coming years. I hope everybody has had a productive and a profitable time spending in Bogor in this year's festival, and hopefully we'll be able to see each other again the next time.
Hello, good morning. I'm very happy that ASEAN India Startup Festival is taking place in the beautiful city of Bogor near Jakarta in Indonesia. As all of you know, this is a part of ASEAN India Friendship Year commemorating 30th anniversary of establishment of relationship between ASEAN and India. You may also know that the startup culture is flourishing in India. Today, we have almost 77,000 startups registered in India. If we have to compare it with 2015, at that time we had less than 500. As a result of proactive policies of Government of India, initiatives like Make in India, today we have more than 100 unicorns and having total value of 340 billion. And you would be surprised to know that in 2021 only we had 44 unicorns with total value of 93 billion, and this year already 21 unicorns are born with a value of 23 billion. This is an indicator of how the startup culture is booming in India, and we would very much like to share that experience with the participants from the ASEAN member states. And I'm so happy that almost all the ASEAN member states are represented in this festival. So I wish all the participants very best. Thank you very much.
Smart FM, the spirit of Indonesia, part of Kompas Gramedia Radio Network. Kami hadir bukan sekadar menghibur. Kami hadirkan berbagai program berkualitas, membuka wawasan, menginspirasi, dan menguatkan, melewati berbagai krisis dan situasi penuh tantangan. Menjadi panduan pengambilan keputusan bagi para CEO, direktur, manajer, profesional, dan pelaku bisnis di berbagai bidang dengan SIS AB Plus serta rentang usia 25 hingga 45 tahun. Agar bisnis dan karir yang dibangun berkembang serta melaju seiring perkembangan zaman, dijalankan sepenuh hati, penuh kecintaan, tanpa kehilangan jati diri, selalu memiliki pandangan terbuka dan luas. Smart FM Network hadir untuk Anda di sejumlah kota di Indonesia. Jakarta, Yogyakarta, Surabaya, Medan, Palembang, Pekanbaru, Banjarmasin, Balikpapan, Makassar, dan Manado. Menjangkau Anda melalui berbagai platform digital dan media sosial, streaming, podcast, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, dan Twitter. Meningkatkan peluang produk dan jasa Anda semakin dikenal, dipercaya, dan dipilih konsumen cerdas. Dengan dukungan tim activation kami yang kreatif dan profesional, jaringan yang luas, serta kolaborasi dengan unit Kompas Group of Media lainnya, kami merupakan mitra yang tepat untuk membangun brand awareness produk Anda. Smart FM, mendukung pertumbuhan serta kemajuan karir dan bisnis Anda. Smart FM, the spirit of Indonesia.
Research is our strength to overcome any limitations. Innovation is the guiding vision that drives us towards the future. We cannot face this alone. We must stand together to make our vision a reality. Growing strong upon the land of Nusantara, a magical place filled with miracle and wonder. A land spanning 2 continents and 2 oceans, rich in culture and biodiversity. We and Indonesia are the necessary combination to realize the grand visions of the future. Like an orchestra, BRIN harmonizes research, development, assessment, application, and also synergies, invention, and innovation in Indonesia. We created an ecosystem consisting of 7 deputies, 12 research organizations, and 85 research centers dispersed throughout Indonesia. Research Organization for Aeronautics and Space, Research Organization for Nuclear Energy, Research Organization for Energy and Manufacture, Research Organization for Earth Sciences and Maritime, Research Organization for Life Sciences and Environment, Research Organization for Electronics and Informatics, Research Organization for Social Sciences and Humanities, Research Organization for Archaeology, Language, and Literature, Research Organization for Health, Research Organization for Nanotechnology and Material, Research Organization for Agriculture and Food, Research Organization for Governance, Economy, and Community Welfare. BRIN catalyzing research and innovation to develop an advanced scientific ecosystem in Indonesia with two main targets. BRIN realizes the tremendous potential of the nation's youth in the field of science and technology. Thus, various research and innovation policies are being formulated to develop and cultivate human resources with high competence and aptitude in science and technology. Creating many excellent programs is a form of BRIN's commitment to researchers, innovators, and the general population from various disciplines across the nation. The research and innovation ecosystem quality improvement in Indonesia is also realized through the collaboration of various ministries, institutions, domestic industries, and regional governments, to name a few, by forming the Regional Research and Innovation Agency, or RIDA. Moreover, cooperation with various foreign research institutions continue to be developed through active participation as member of various organizations and international forums. BRIN organizes research into a more effective and efficient process by integrating human resources, infrastructure, and budget from various research and development institutions. Oriented by a national research priority, BRIN routinely enacts comprehensive evaluations from various research and development institutions. This effort is supported through the continued management and improvement of various research and innovation facilities located across 17 regions of Indonesia, dedicated towards the development of science and technology. BRIN continues to improve our contribution to research and innovation towards national development by developing and revitalizing 4 areas of science and technology, or KST. An integrated area consisting of research laboratory facilities, testing laboratories, and industrial facilities for both startups and SMEs, tenant office rooms, co-working space, meeting rooms,